Your thoughts shape your reality because they determine how you perceive the world around you. Think of the mind like a lens. If that lens is clouded with negativity, then everything you see will be tinged with doubt, fear, and frustration. But if you clean that lens, if you fill your mind with hope, ambition, and gratitude, suddenly the world looks different. Opportunities that seemed out of reach start to look attainable. Challenges that felt overwhelming become manageable. It's not magic, it's perspective. When you consistently focus on what you can achieve, you train your mind to see possibilities instead of limitations. This mindset influences your actions, the way you talk to yourself, and even how you interact with others. For example, if you walk into a situation believing that you're not good enough, you're more likely to shy away from taking risks or to doubt every move you make. But when you step in with confidence, believing that you belong, that you have what it takes, you approach those same situations with a sense of readiness, looking for ways to succeed. Your thoughts also shape your reality by creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you expect things to go wrong, you're more likely to focus on the negatives, to overlook the good, and to miss out on opportunities. It's like you become tuned to the wrong frequency, only picking up static. But when you train yourself to expect good things, to look for the silver lining, it changes the way you engage with the world. You start to notice the open doors that were always there, the people who are willing to support you, and the moments that could lead to something greater. It's not about ignoring the challenges or pretending that life is easy. It's about choosing to focus on what's possible, even when the odds aren't in your favor. It's about being the person who can see the potential in a difficult situation, who can find the lesson in the struggle. This mindset doesn't just make you feel better, it drives your actions, pushing you to try again, to push a little harder, to reach a little further. And when you think this way consistently, your life begins to align with those thoughts. Your reality is a reflection of what you believe deep down. If you believe you can overcome, you'll find a way to push through. If you believe that you deserve better, you'll start making choices that align with that belief. And that is the power of the mind. Your thoughts shape your reality. Discipline overcomes doubt because it provides a foundation that stands strong even when motivation wavers. Doubt creeps in when things get tough, when the path forward is unclear, or when setbacks make you question if the effort is worth it. But discipline is like a steady drumbeat. It keeps you moving forward, even when your mind tells you to turn back. It's not about feeling inspired every day. It's about having a commitment to the process, to the small actions that add up over time, whether you feel like it or not. When you build discipline, you create habits that become second nature. It means getting up early to work out, even when you'd rather stay in bed. It means staying focused on your goals, even when distractions are calling your name. And the more you practice it, the more automatic it becomes. You no longer have to convince yourself to do the right thing, you just do it, because it's part of who you are. This consistency helps to silence the doubts, because every time you push through, you remind yourself that you are capable, that you have control over your actions. Doubt thrives on inconsistency. It grows when you start something but give up halfway through, or when you let your fears dictate your actions. But discipline is the antidote to that uncertainty. It's the decision to keep showing up, day in and day out, building a track record that you can look back on and say, I've done it before, I can do it again. Every time you choose discipline over taking the easy way out, you weaken the voice of doubt a little bit more. Discipline gives you something to lean on when emotions get in the way. There will be days when doubt is loud, when the fear of failure makes you want to retreat. But discipline doesn't operate on feelings, it operates on principles. It's about doing the work regardless of how you feel. And over time, that steady effort builds confidence. You start to trust yourself more, because you know that no matter what happens, you have the strength to keep going. You realize that while doubt may come, it doesn't have the final say, your actions do. And that's the power of discipline. It creates momentum. Even when progress is slow, even when you don't see immediate results, discipline keeps you in the game. It's that daily grind, that quiet persistence that eventually shifts things in your favor. The effort you put in when nobody's watching, the sacrifices you make that others don't see, they add up little by little until you start to see results. And each of those small wins pushes doubt further away, replacing it with the belief that you can achieve what you set out to do. Doubt feeds on inaction, but discipline is all about movement. It's about taking steps forward, even if they're small, even if the path ahead is uncertain. It's about building a routine, a rhythm that carries you through the tough times. And while doubt might make you question your ability, discipline gives you a way to answer back not with words, but with actions day after day. Resilience is built in the mind first because it's about the way you interpret and react to the challenges life throws at you. It's the ability to stay grounded when everything around you is unstable, to maintain hope when circumstances look bleak. Before resilience can show up in your actions, it has to take root in your thoughts. It's a mindset, a decision to face adversity head on instead of letting it define you. When setbacks happen, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to see obstacles as roadblocks instead of detours. But resilience is that inner voice that says, this is tough, but it's not the end. It's the mental flexibility to adapt, to adjust your approach, and to keep going even when the original plan falls apart. It's not about denying the difficulties you face, it's about believing that no matter how tough the situation, there's a way through it. That belief starts in the mind before it ever manifests in what you do. Resilience is also about how you frame your experiences. Two people can go through the same hardship, but their responses can be completely different depending on their mindset. If you see failure as proof that you're not capable, it's hard to bounce back. But if you view it as a lesson, as something that can make you stronger, then you've already taken the first step toward resilience. This perspective doesn't happen overnight. It's built over time through small mental victories. It's in those moments when you choose to focus on what you can control instead of what you can't, when you decide to find a way forward instead of giving up. Resilience in the mind is also about managing your thoughts during times of stress. When you encounter challenges, the mind can quickly spiral into worst-case scenarios. It can magnify fears and doubts, making the situation feel impossible. But resilience is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. It's about learning to quiet those voices, to challenge negative thoughts, and to replace them with thoughts that empower you. It's about saying to yourself, yes, this is hard, but I can handle hard things. A resilient mindset doesn't avoid pain or hardship. It confronts it with the knowledge that pain is temporary and that endurance will lead to growth. This mindset allows you to accept that some things are beyond your control. But it also focuses your energy on what you can do, how you can respond, and how you can move forward. It's about finding that small glimmer of hope, even when things seem hopeless, and letting it be the fuel that keeps you moving forward. Building resilience in the mind also means preparing for the unexpected. Life won't always go according to plan, and sometimes it will throw you off balance. But when you cultivate resilience mentally, you become less afraid of change, less shaken by uncertainty. You learn to expect challenges and accept that they're part of the process. You become comfortable with discomfort because you understand that every struggle is an opportunity for growth. It's a process of teaching yourself that setbacks are not the end of the story. It's about learning to sit with discomfort, to let it teach you, and then to rise from it stronger than before. Each time you face a challenge and refuse to let it break you, you reinforce that mental strength. You prove to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. And that creates a reservoir of inner strength that you can draw on the next time life tests you. Resilience in the mind is what keeps you going when everything else tells you to stop. It's what gives you the courage to try again, even after failing. It's the mental toughness to see beyond the struggle of the moment and to believe in the possibility of a better outcome. And once that resilience is built in your mind, it becomes a part of who you are, influencing every action and decision you make. Challenges are opportunities for growth because they push you beyond your comfort zone and force you to adapt. They present situations where you must dig deeper, find new solutions, and stretch your limits. When things are easy and everything is going according to plan, it's easy to get complacent. But it's in the tough times when the pressure is on that true growth happens. It's like a muscle. If you want it to get stronger, you have to put it under stress, make it work harder than it's used to. That's what challenges do for the mind and spirit. When you face a challenge, you're confronted with choices how to respond, how to adjust, and whether to keep going or give up. These moments test your character, your patience, and your perseverance. And while the immediate reaction might be to feel frustrated or overwhelmed, there's also a hidden potential in every challenge. It gives you a chance to learn something new, to develop a skill you didn't have before, or to see a situation from a different perspective. This learning process isn't always easy or comfortable, but it's where real transformation happens. Challenges also reveal strengths that you might not have known you had. When life throws something unexpected at you, it's an opportunity to discover just how resilient you can be, how creative you can get, or how determined you are to find a way forward. It's in those difficult moments that you find out what you're truly made of. You learn that you're capable of more than you initially thought, that you can endure more, and that you can adapt to situations that once seemed impossible. This self-discovery builds confidence, making you more prepared for whatever comes next. Every challenge is like a mirror. It shows you your weaknesses and your blind spots, but it also shows you where you can grow. It forces you to confront those areas of your life that you might have been avoiding, the habits that are holding you back, or the fears that are limiting you. It's not always pleasant to face these things, but it's necessary if you want to become better. A challenge might expose your impatience, your tendency to procrastinate, or your fear of failure, but it also gives you the chance to work on these things, to improve and to come out on the other side stronger and more self-aware. Challenges also teach you resilience and problem solving. When the easy path is blocked, you're forced to find another way. You learn to think creatively, to adapt your strategy, and to keep pushing even when progress seems slow. This ability to adapt is crucial, not just for overcoming a single obstacle, but for facing the many ups and downs that life inevitably brings. The skills you develop in difficult times, patience, persistence, critical thinking, become tools that you can use in other aspects of your life. Facing challenges also builds empathy and understanding. When you've been through tough times, you understand what it feels like to struggle, and that makes you more compassionate toward others who are going through their own battles. This perspective allows you to connect with people on a deeper level, to offer support, and to become a source of strength for others. In this way, the challenges you face don't just help you grow, they make you a better person, someone who can uplift others through your experiences. Challenges can be a catalyst for change. Sometimes they force you to reconsider your path, to question whether you're moving in the right direction, or to let go of things that no longer serve you. It's in those moments when a challenge feels like a setback that you realize it's actually an invitation to shift your perspective, to take a new approach, or to pursue a different goal. What might seem like a roadblock can end up guiding you towards something even better than what you originally planned. Challenges remind you that growth is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected obstacles. But each time you overcome one, you gain a new layer of experience, a new understanding, and a deeper appreciation for the journey. They force you to slow down, to reflect, and to take stock of where you are and where you want to go. And in doing so, they help you refine your vision, clarify your goals, and strengthen your commitment to what truly matters. Through challenges, you learn to appreciate the value of persistence. You understand that progress isn't always about giant leaps, but sometimes about small, steady steps forward. It's in those moments when the path is rough and the way forward isn't clear that you learn to trust the process, to keep moving, even when the outcome is uncertain. This process of enduring and adapting not only helps you grow, it makes the victories that follow all the more meaningful. You control your mindset because while you can't always change your circumstances, you have full authority over how you perceive them. Your mindset is like a filter through which you view the world, and you have the power to adjust that filter. When life throws difficulties your way, it's not the events themselves that determine your outcome, it's how you interpret and react to those events. This ability to choose your perspective is a powerful tool that shapes your entire experience. Mindset is not just about positive thinking, it's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to any situation. When something doesn't go your way, you can either see it as a failure, a reason to give up, or you can see it as a lesson, a chance to adapt and improve. This choice lies entirely within you. It's about training yourself to focus on what you can control rather than what you cannot. By doing this, you shift your energy from worrying about external factors to actively working on internal growth. Controlling your mindset also means taking responsibility for your thoughts. It's easy to let negative thoughts dominate when things get tough, to allow fear, doubt, and insecurity to take center stage. But by being aware of those thoughts and consciously replacing them with more constructive ones, you take control of the narrative that plays in your head. It's about recognizing when you're falling into a cycle of negative self-talk and deciding to redirect your focus toward what empowers you. This practice doesn't eliminate challenges, but it equips you to face them with a stronger, more resilient outlook. Your mindset is a tool that can either limit or liberate you. When you believe that you're capable, that you can grow, and that you can adapt to change, you open yourself up to possibilities that might have seemed unreachable before. It's like having a map without the right mindset. You might not even realize that paths to success exist, let alone be willing to explore them. But with a mindset rooted in growth and optimism, you start to see opportunities in places where others see only obstacles. You become more willing to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, because you believe that no matter what happens, you can handle it. Controlling your mindset also means being selective about what you allow to influence you. The voices you listen to, both internal and external, shape your thinking. You have the power to choose what you let in, whether it's the opinions of others, the media you consume, or the thoughts you entertain. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or living in a bubble, but rather it's about being intentional with your focus. It's about surrounding yourself with people, ideas, and experiences that uplift and challenge you in a positive way. By controlling your mindset, you create an environment in which growth becomes not just possible, but inevitable. A controlled mindset is a steady anchor in times of change and uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and no one can foresee every twist and turn. But when you maintain control over your mindset, you carry a sense of stability within you. It's the understanding that while you can't predict what will happen next, you can decide how you'll meet those changes. You can decide whether to see challenges as threats or as opportunities to learn and grow. This inner stability makes you less reactive and more proactive, enabling you to respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting emotionally. You also have the ability to decide the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you can achieve. It's not about denying the difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect, but rather choosing to focus on your strengths, your potential, and your capacity to overcome adversity. When you decide to see yourself as someone who can improve, someone who can adapt, you begin to act in ways that reflect that belief. You start taking actions that align with growth, with resilience, and with the vision of a better future. Controlling your mindset also involves accepting that setbacks are part of the process. It's easy to let a failure convince you that you're not cut out for success. But when you control your mindset, you choose to see failure as feedback rather than a verdict. You recognize that every setback carries a lesson, that each challenge brings with it a chance to try again with more wisdom. This way, you don't let a single misstep define you, but instead use it as a stepping stone toward becoming stronger. Controlling your mindset is about taking ownership of your life. It's understanding that while you can't always change what happens, you have the power to change how you interpret and react to it. You decide whether to approach each day with gratitude or resentment, with hope or despair, with determination or defeat. And in making those choices, you shape the path you walk. In the end, it all comes down to the battles you choose to fight within your own mind. It's not the external challenges that define you, but the way you choose to face them. You have the power to shape your reality, to use discipline to silence your doubts, and to build resilience even when life gets tough. Every challenge holds a lesson, every setback an opportunity, and every thought the potential to propel you forward or hold you back. When you control your mindset, you take charge of your journey, turning adversity into growth and uncertainty into strength. The real victory isn't just overcoming what's outside, it's mastering what's inside.